again. Told you I'd be back. Anyway, like I said in the previous video, I am going to be talking about long lost friends, and I promised you guys I would show you my raccoon. Let me fix my necklace here. I was having a hard time coming up with a name for it. So, this is my raccoon. Isn't it adorable? I have never had a stuffed raccoon before, so I'm very excited to have gotten this for cheap. I don't have to go to Toys R Us to get it. And I was having a hard time trying to name it. I don't know if I wanted a girl name or a boy name. I decided to just go with the boy name since he reminds me of a lovable freaking raccoon in Animal Crossing. So, I was tied between calling him Miko and Tom Nook. Since he reminds me of Tom Nook, I decided to call him Tom Nook. So, meet Tom Nook. You are, yes, yes. He says hi, yes, yes. And he's super freaking cute. Anyway, I'm going to be talking about Long Lost Friends. Long Lost Friends is actually based as a school-based story. Like if you guys have been on fanfiction and have read Paris's video of read her story of Improvements Not Changes, where Haruka falls in love with Riku. And Riku, loves somebody else and then realizes it was just infatuated love. And for popularity and stuff. I would say this is actually kind of based off that, but at the same time, it's not. Sora does not remember Hikaru until... Sora, doesn't remember where Hikaru went. He wonders about her every day, wonders where she is, if she's alright. And, Shion and Aqua. Oh, her name is, what am I doing? Her name is Hikaru Leonhardt. Her older brother is Squall. Yep! I went there. And older sister is Aqua. Twin sister is Shion. Anyway, Shion and Aqua and Squall, he's gonna kill me for calling him that, convince Hikaru to go to school. After an incident that happened when she was in elementary school, Leon and Ansem the Wise actually convinced the school board to fire those teachers that sexually harassed her. And she was pretty proud of it. She was excited with the fact that she doesn't have to go to school anymore, but after being talked to a million times and Shion telling her that their friends miss them, she decides to give school another chance. So she goes to Destiny High with Shion and walks in with Vanitas and Riku. Riku and Sora were Shion's and Hikaru's best friends since they were children. They were childhood best friends. And Vanitas is dating Shion. So Hikaru is very protective of her twin sister, and her twin sister is just a few minutes younger than her. Or a few seconds younger. So she was literally debating, do I want him dating her? Do I not? Aqua was fine with it, and Leon was fine with it, just as long as Vanitas doesn't hurt her. And so far, nothing bad has happened between her and Vanitas, so she's thinking, okay, everything's good. I will trust Vanitas this one time. And on their way to school, Riku's older brother, Terra, and he starts dating Aqua. Or, he doesn't start dating Aqua until later, but he's got this huge crush on Aqua, and he's not saying anything. And Shion and Hikaru are trying to play Cupid, trying to play matchmaker and hook them up. Along with Riku. Riku joins in on the fun with Hikaru and Shion. And he's like, okay, how are we going to hook them up? They don't say anything. We're going to have to say something. And they're just like, no, we can't say anything yet. But, like, on the line of that, Riku and Hikaru make a bet that if Sora doesn't remember her they make a bet. Hikaru bets that that Sora will remember her by the end of the day. Riku bets that he'll remember her by the end of the week. And so that bet is set. The usual is the fact that the loser buys the winner sea salt ice cream for the rest of the week. For 1 week straight, no matter what happens, the loser has to buy the winner freaking sea salt ice cream for a week. And Riku's not bent on losing a bet. He is not okay with that. So he's trying his hardest to have Sora just trick Sora into thinking, okay, that's not her. But Vanitas is on Hikaru's side, so he is helping her. He's helping Sora. He's like, that's Hikaru, that's Hikaru, that's Hikaru. Doesn't that look familiar? Doesn't that look familiar? He's whispering in Sora's ear when Riku's not even watching. And Sora and Vanitas are usually in the same class. And they're not related. They are not related. Only Sora and Roxas are brothers, and Ventus and Vanitas are brothers too, but they are not in the same family at all. Ever. They are not in the same family. And they're not related to Riku or Terra either. They're not related to anyone. They are just their own family. They're the Kanai family. Then you got the Leonhards, you got Kudais, and you got Hikaris. And it's just that way. Like Romeo and Juliet almost, but it's not forbidden love with Hikaru and Sora. But Vanitas is helping Sora gather his memories again of her. It's almost like Naminé came back and made him forget. But it wasn't like that, since Naminé and Kairi, oh my gosh, I'm forgetting, my mind is going blank. Oh my gosh, freaking headache, and Vanitas is in my head. But it turns out that Hikaru is starting to remember in the past where she and Sora were in the cave on the Play Islands, and they were carving pictures together. They were carving each other's names and such, and it was just a lot of fun. And then Riku started teasing them about sharing a Paopu fruit, and it was when they were 2. Riku just started talking full sentences. Sora, Hikaru, and Shion couldn't really process everything that was going on in their heads. It was before Mom and Dad had passed and everything. So Riku was the one to actually tell them, hey, why don't you just share a Paopu fruit with each other? And they're just like, what's a Paopu fruit? And Riku's just like, I'm not going to explain. But throughout the school year, actually, at the end of the day, Sora does remember, and before Hikaru and Shion leave the school, he's like, hey, wait, can I talk to you? And he takes her hand and guides her to another spot at the school where they can be alone. Actually, no, he doesn't drag her to a spot. What am I saying? That's going to be later on in the story, dragging her to a secret spot. But, she goes over to, Sora goes over to her and, grabs her hand. He's like, Hikaru, I can't believe you're back. And she's like, what? And she's like, I can't believe, he remembers. She's thinking, I can't believe it. He remembers me. Wow, I really can't believe this. So, throughout the rest of the school year, throughout the first few months, there were rumors that were started, and people do not like her, and they are telling rude things to Kairi about her, and Kairi, Naminé, and Shion are the 4 Musketeers, not 3, the 4 Musketeers. They were the closest, they were the best of friends, and they could not stand the fact that people are spreading rumors about... Shion can't stand the fact they're spreading rumors about her sister, and Kairi and Naminé can't stand the fact that they're spreading rumors about their best friend. And Hikaru is very much a tomboy, so people are saying that, oh, she's a dyke. She's trans and all that, and they don't like it. And Shion knows the fact that when Hikaru hears those things, she tends to actually let it get to her, like darkness easily gets to her very much. And where Aqua actually had to help her out of it. And Shion also had to help in Squall. But when it gets really bad, they call Vanitas and Riku and Terra, and they rush over to the house to help her out. And it was... Shion knows that whenever... Like I said, Shion knows that whenever Hikaru hears those kind of things, it does get to her. It really will get to her, because as soon as she would get home, she would lock herself in the bathroom, and you could probably guess what she would be doing. And it's not pleasant, like seeing a bloodied armed sister coming out of the bathroom. It's not. It's not a pleasant feeling. Not for Shion, not for anybody. I'm pretty sure it wouldn't be a pleasant sight for Vanitas to see that either if I walked out of the bathroom like that. Because before I go on with the story, I have been just a little over a year clean of cuts. I have not cut myself since a week after my grandma died. And I am really glad about that. So this is also like a 1 year, this is going to be the year anniversary video of no self-harm. And I'm still thinking of getting a tattoo like right there that says stay strong. So, a real one, not anything else, not a fake one. I'm not going to write on myself. I could write on myself for the time being, but no. Anyway, back to the story at hand. Shion had Sora's number programmed in her phone, so if Hikaru is troubled, if she is depressed, she knew who to get. Usually she would get Riku, because Riku would understand everything, because Riku's kind of gone through the same thing, but at the same time, she wants someone who can actually pull her out of that. So she calls up Sora and says, hey Sora, I need you over here now. Like, on the double, now. And he's like, why? What's going on? And Shion will tell him that Hikaru's locked herself in the bathroom, she's not coming out, and I have a bad feeling that what she's doing is literally... it's horrible. And Sora's just like, it could be one of two things. Either she is having to cry herself in there, or she is hurting. Or she's hurting herself. She's harming herself. And Sora's just like, I'll be over there in 2 minutes. Hangs up his phone, rushes over. Literally, he rushes over. They don't live that far from each other, but he rushes over and literally bangs on the door. Shion hears it, and she runs downstairs, opens the door. She says she's up in the bathroom. Sora runs upstairs to the bathroom, bangs on the door, and she's like, Hikaru, can you hear me? It's me, Sora. Open the door, please. And she's like, she's crying, and she's like also going, ow, ow. And it's like, she's trying to clean it off. She's trying to clean off all the blood. She hates the sight of seeing her own blood. So she's a hemophobic. But, she literally cannot stand the sight, but she knew it wasn't like her to do that. And so, like, and Sora actually, like, gets this idea, like, because this is also the fact that he can still use the Keyblade outside of everything. Like, for this kind of thing, yeah, he can still use the Keyblade. So, like, he wills his Keyblade forward, he unlocks the door, rushes in, takes away the razor from her, and makes sure that she doesn't do it again. He holds her to him, and he doesn't care if he got blood on his shirt or anything, because he can explain to his mom what the heck happened. So that's the whole thing for that, because Hikaru actually can get really depressed when hearing like such horrible rumors about herself or about her sister, and Shion doesn't go through that. Shion doesn't, which is actually kind of surprising considering the fact that her hair is naturally dark, and so is Hikaru's anyway. So what would be the difference, right? Well, Hikaru really actually goes through it more. You see more blondes actually nowadays going through depression like that, because yeah, it's very hard. It's very hard on us, on all of us, to go through that kind of thing. But Hikaru really actually just... she couldn't stand it. It's like she couldn't stand being there anymore. She has these demons in her that keep telling her, you're not worth it. It's not going to go away forever. It'll come right back at you. And she tells Sora, and Sora's just like, we probably need to get you somewhere safer. Like, away from all this. And she's like, I can't, it won't go away, it won't go away. Like, he's trying to tell her that, as a long-lost friend, that he's always going to be there. Whether he's there physically or not, he's going to be there. And he hated not being there. He hated them being apart for so long. Like, she remembers Sora, but she never got to see him. But when she saw him, and when she first saw him in her first class, which was science, with Mr. Evan, she wanted to literally tackle him, but she couldn't. She had to play the new girl that day. Until he remembered. She would have probably played the new girl the entire week. Which would have been hilarious. But still, at the same time, Sora would probably realize within 2 days that it was her. But he would always be there for her whenever she needed to talk to somebody. They would be in Radiant Garden. She would call him up saying, "Hey, I need to talk to you." And Sora's mom will actually be in there with him. Like, they were still young when they started talking almost all hours into the night. Almost all hours into the night. Only Aqua and Terra do that. But Sora was her comfort. It wasn't just Sora. Riku was also there. Kairi, Leon, Aqua, Terra. Everyone was there for them. Everyone was there. When they have no parents. Sora didn't know that her parents died. Nobody knew. They thought they were actually just orphans. They were all just orphans. Technically they are, but with Aqua and Leon being the legal adults, they took care of them for the time being until they turned 18 and they're out on their own. But not that easy. With Hikaru going through depression, and it wasn't, and Shion like usually going off with Vanitas to who knows where, you never know what could happen. But throughout the school years, throughout junior year and their senior year, Sora finally manages during senior year. At the end of junior year, during the summer, between junior and senior year, he calls up Hikaru and says, "Hey, do you want to go out?" And she's like, "Okay." And so he takes her, like, the first date would be like to like this romantic spot on the beach, picnic, freaking at the play islands. Hey, why not? You get to play over there as well. And they get to sit on the Paupu tree and everything. Well, they sat, like, on the ground in front of the Paupu tree, like, just eating whatever Sora's mom had packed for them. Kind of embarrassing, if you ask me, but still. Then, like, all their other dates, like, tend to, more rumors started getting to her, like, when she and her new friends, or old friends, go to the mall with her and her sister, like, they start hearing, like, more and more rumors, like, her hair shouldn't be naturally like that. That doesn't look natural at all. And she is thinking, she's looking at the blue in her hair, and she's like, that isn't natural. And, like, she's like, Shion, I'm gonna go to the bathroom real quick. And she's like, I should go with you. And she's like, no, just don't go with me. I'll go on my own. And Shion starts getting this feeling, uh-oh, no, not again. And she disguises Sora as a girl just to sneak into the bathroom. And he grabs her out of there and pulls her out. He does not want her to go through this again. he had her make him promise to not do that again, and she literally had to promise. And so for senior year, they were together, literally. They were always together. You can't split them apart, even during classes. You can't split them apart. Even if you do split them apart, like for classes, then they'll find a way to see each other in the hallway. They'll find a way. She starts pulling these bad moves, and then all of a sudden Leon tells her you can't see him again, and she has to secretly go out to get to him. She has to sneak out to get to Sora. And Sora's mom also forbade him from seeing her, but knowing the fact that she actually does get depressed about this kind of thing, she had never been in a relationship before, so this is her first one. She actually it really gets to her, and she really just wants to escape it all. So she goes over to Sora's house. It's 10 o'clock. Sora's in bed. Actually, Sora is not in bed yet, but he's up in his room. And she knocks on the door. And Sora's just like staring out the window. All of a sudden he hears this voice. He hears these voices coming from downstairs. And he goes down the stairs and sees Hikaru talking to his mom. And Hikaru's literally apologizing from the bottom of her heart for getting Sora in trouble. And she said, I understand if you still don't want me to see your son, but I really do love him from the bottom of my heart. I can't let go of him. I can't let go of Sora. And his mom starts to understand, like, that's probably the sweetest thing I've ever heard. And she was about to call Sora down when she sees him on the stairs. She's like, did you hear that, Sora? It's like, no, don't. Mom! He's embarrassed as crap. He's embarrassed like crazy that his mom found him on the stairs listening in on the conversation. But he said, yeah, I heard. And he came into the room, and Hikaru's like looking at him with like this blush on her cheeks. She's like, I can't believe I just said that, and Sora was right there. But she looks at him, and like, they share a kiss in front of his mom. His mom thought it was really sweet, really kind. And you can't believe that Sora found such a sweet girl. Hikaru had told her that she never expected to get into trouble herself. And now they have to clear with Leon. Aqua was trying to tell Leon she didn't mean to do it and he wasn't listening. So maybe if he hears it from Sora and his mom, then Leon will allow them to go back out. And once he did hear from them, he allowed it. So graduation came, and they were let off the hook. They were literally let off the hook for what they did at school. And Sora took her to the one spot on the beach that nobody had found. Nobody had even bothered to go there. There's one spot on the beach that nobody bothered to go there because he had closed that off, because he was planning something very special there. Throughout the summer, he was planning something special there, and he didn't know what he was going to do. But during the summer also, actually during winter break, they had spent so much time together before Christmas and after Christmas, even though it's supposed to be family time. Before Christmas, he spent a lot of time with her as well as he did with his mom, and did the same after Christmas. And during the holiday though, during Christmas, he had gone to the store to get her a ring and a necklace. Valentine's Day, he gave her the necklace before graduation. And after Valentine's Day, he had given her, not after Valentine's Day, the night of graduation, after they graduated, the day after they graduated, he took her to that spot he was saving on the beach outside the Play Islands. And he had proposed to her. It was so cute. It was adorable. I really I really like the fact that I can come up with, like, a scenario of everything on the spot. I never do. I seriously never do. But, yeah. That's the basic gist of it. And there might be a sequel to it. I don't know if I do keep writing this. If I do keep writing this story like I'm doing with Rescue Me from Darkness, I will have it going like maybe in a trilogy. I don't know for sure. The trilogy could be to the point like the sequel to it will be like their married years, and like Improvements Not Changes, there will be a wedding day chapter, maybe, if I ever think about that. It might happen, I don't know. I doubt it. I'll probably squeeze that into the story itself. But no, that's going to be the first chapter of the sequel, and then the sequel to that one will be like second will be like their wedding and marriage with kids. Then the sequel to that will be growing up, like the kids growing up, and then kids getting married, and then they are withering away to the dust of the earth. But I think that's it, and the dogs are barking. So I will see you guys possibly next time. I don't know for sure. I've got things to do this week, and I've got things to do next week. Well, I got things to do this week, and I've got things to do in 2 weeks. So I don't know when the next time I'll be posting a video, but I hope to see you guys in the next video that I might post, might not. I don't know for sure. So I will see you guys next time. Later, taters!